actually need an amnesty. But the only solution to that of peace in the Nigerian Delta is quality development, please.
Not just quality development. We were talking about equality in the society. We're talking about a corruption-free society.
When you say that we are not carried along, what does it mean? How do you react?
If you drive on a road that I built, then you have been carried along. If you enjoy electricity that I am able to bring to you, you have been carried along. If you can go to the park, which is open, and enjoy yourself, you've been carried along. If you earn your salary, you've been carried along. If you are able to do job.
Welcome back to AIT here in Bayelsa State. I'm talking to a dynamic young man of the National Conscience Party.
Conscience.
National Conscience, excuse me. National Conscience Party.
The two eyes.
Yes,
Shine your eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're talking about abolishing poverty in the short and long term in Bayelsa State. We're talking about transformation agenda, what you need to bring to the fore. Now, let's talk about good governance. What is your package for good governance? Because that's one area that a lot of people want to hear you out. Tell us what you have in terms of good governance.
Good governance essentially is about truly serving the people. Truly serving the people. Being accountable to the people. Being responsible to the people. That's one major aspect of it. The second aspect is vision. You're leading. If you're leading, then you should be seeing where you're going so that the people can follow and you can lead them in the right path. I think as has been laid out in a broadcast agenda, it is clear that we have the vision. We have the vision, and then what is left is the responsible governance, and this is where we're going to bring in a lot of novelty as well. Why has there been persistent bad governance? A fundamental reason is the weakness of the populace and the lack of engagement. The leaders need to be servants and the public needs to be masters. But we have an inversion. We have an inversion. The government have been masters and the public have been more or less emasculated servants. Helpless, and almost increasingly hopeless. But we're going to change that. One of the things we hope to do is create fora. We're going to create a traditional rulers forum. We're going to create a professionals forum. We're going to create a women forum. We're going to create, possibly, I'm not certain yet, but maybe a diaspora forum. But they can also be integrated into the professionals forum. So we're going to create appropriate fora where we will engage in town hall meetings and engage in extensive consultations to know what our masters want so that we, the servants, can serve them well. We're going to have our state account audited at the end of the year and reported to the populace via a town hall meeting with different segments of society represented. We'll tell them what we have done with their money in the past 1 year, and we'll tell them what we hope to do in the next 1 year.
That, like we'll see in some other states.
That is it. We're going to come an account. We're going to publish, accounts on the internet and engage so that the public is empowered to hold their leaders responsible. We're going to be transparent in handling government affairs by this. And of course, we're going to also see part of why development is not taking place is the weakness of the government machinery. Right. Bureaucracy. Sometimes some good ideas enter into the system, but things drag, and that's why a whole lot of international organizations don't like to deal with this part of the world.
Don't you think it's because there's a disconnect between government and the people, and even within the government circles itself?
The disconnect is one part which I've spoken about. Okay. The other aspect is strengthening the machinery of government itself. Yeah. The administrators and the wherewithal for administration needs to be improved wholesale through computerization, through capacity building. it needs to be improved wholesale, so that when, for instance, a USAID or DFID or even other partners within the country, anywhere come, they deal with government and feel confident.
Yes.
Then they can, continue to deal with government, inject whatever funds as donations or whatever.
Yes.
Investors can come in, ease of business. They should be able to get, forms to do with Bayelsa on the internet. They don't have to come down for everything.
Right.
By the time we improve ease of doing business, improve business readiness of Bayelsa State, then even investors will gain confidence. They should be able to find out areas they can find land and so on and so forth via the internet through GIS facilities and so on. With all of this, governance and government will improve dramatically.
Now,
we'll have a whole new
because
world.
time is of essence on this program. Now, as we round up, I want you to talk about the issues of some aspect of similar development, and around this similar development, you find is a massive ghetto slums around. That's sometimes very, very shocking. Yeah, it's an eyesore to the eyes. You find these massive, beautiful structures, and around that settlement, how do you tackle problems like that?
Again, this is one area where we're going to make a major difference, not just in the ghettos, but in the whole pattern of administering society. The fundamental reason is that either plans have not been made or the plans made have not been followed. Bayelsa, when it was created, there was just one little road to the water side, just one old filling station, no bank. It was like a plain canvas to paint a beautiful picture on. But that picture has not emerged. That beauty has not emerged, unfortunately, because of lack of planning and lack of plan enforcement and management. But fortunately, we just have about 25-30% of the designated Bayelsa Capital Territory. I've seen the map. We just have about 25-30% or so utilized. Yes. So there are still lots of virgin territories that can be developed. We're going to take control of, when I say seize, not owning the land, but manage that process, and properly plan and enforce plans. We mark out layouts for industry, for residences, and how they're going to interrelate to each other, how transport will be eased, and by this, a beautiful city is going to emerge that will be as good as Abuja or better. That's one thing I guarantee Bayelsans. And one other thing that we will do, a lot of things happen haphazardly because of lack of policy and institutions. For instance, some people say we want Sagbama man, we want Ekerema man, we want Southern Niger man, we want Brass man. I ask people, how has that helped any of us? The reason why we do all of those arguments is because there isn't a framework that assures each of us of what we're going to get out of the pie. When we go to Abuja, we get money from FAC. It is not because President Goodluck Jonathan is from Bayelsa State. It is because there are laid down policies, land mass, LGA, number of LGAs, derivation and so on, by which money is distributed. What is the formula in Bayelsa State between the LGAs? Well, how do we distribute money? There isn't any. So it's almost whimsical. Whoever likes whatever he likes, and so on and so forth. We're going to create policies by which will be instituted with the House of Assembly, statutes that will guide all of us. So after my government, by the grace of God, people will not bother about where anybody is from. They will bother about where anybody is going to take us. The more important thing is destination, not origin. Right. Where's the leader going to take us?
We're winding up. One word for Bayelsans.
One word for Bayelsans. This is a huge opportunity on our hands. We've only had politicians from which we couldn't distinguish between one and the other. Today, you have a professional, a manager, an economist, a development strategist coming to harness the resources and transform society. Let's seize it. And it's also significant that this is happening in a leap year. Somebody said in a leap year it's time to leap higher.
That's right.
So if we get it right, or as we get it right by electing me in, then every leap year we'll be electing new leaders and we'll be leaping higher and leaping higher and leaping higher onto a first world society. So let's seize this opportunity. Don't let anybody derail us with 500 naira, 1,000 naira, even 5,000 naira. Don't let anybody make you vote the wrong person. Vote your conscience. Vote National Conscience Party. Vote Ate Beredugo, and let Bayelsa take off to first world.
Thank you, Ate Beredugo.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, for those of us who have been listening to us, the choice is yours. Working towards February 11/2012. He has said it. Let the conscience rule. So, same time next week in the studio, we'll take in somebody else to talk to us. How do we move this state forward? The state is yours, my state, your state. So stay tuned on AIT. Don't go away. Thank you very much.